Good morning everyone, or afternoon, most likely evening. First thing, obviously, I've got to say it, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and give this video a thumbs up and all that. It does help me out and I do appreciate it. Now that part's out the way, for you eagle-eyed viewers out there, or for anyone who's watching this video with their eyes open, you'll notice that I've got a proper microphone now, because I'm just sick of the audio quality. It just keeps messing about and I'm getting video clips and you can't hear the first 15 seconds or whatever. So yeah, so I just thought I might as well just buy a proper microphone. So hopefully now you should be able to hear everything nice and clear with no messing about. No matter where I put the camera or point the camera, you should still be able to hear me. Before I start any work whatsoever on that, basically they missed a data point off on that was on their drawings, so they've been back to do it, and in the time that they've done it, they've run a data point from under the stairs through the garage up a conduit, which I'll show you in a second, and then they've come up here and just cut the floors like this. Yeah, they've just cut their floors. Some of them are a bit wobbly when you step on them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but they did tell my customer that if I put anything like that and then the floor starts creaking, then that is his fault, and it's not down to them to replace it or sort it out. So I'm just pointing out that they have done this. They've then fished it, I think, into this cupboard over here and done a little gap, a little cut there. They've then fished it over to there. Just show you the conduit in the garage that they've done. There, it goes up to up to that square that we've seen, and I think then they've just gone through this. I think they've kind of cut a hole in the back of that saddle. Not seen those saddles before, quite cool actually, but yeah, they've gone through there and they've put a data outlet on the other side, which is under there, and they've just gone straight into the back of that data point there. So there's nothing wrong with doing that, I suppose, but it's not great for a house that you've probably just spent a hell of a lot of money on, and they just do stuff like that. So I'm going to start off in this house. I'm sorry about any echoing, obviously it's a brand new house in tenancy. I'm going to start by cutting all the downlights out throughout the property. So we've got 12 just in the kitchen and dining area alone. For that, I'm just going to use a tape measure and obviously the Stud Buddy Plus, which will find the studs, and then I'm going to try and space my downlights accordingly and make it look very tidy. So I'm trying to do this whole job with as little damage as possible. Now that is probably impossible to do. Yeah, Stud Buddy Plus, tape measure, stick you on a time lapse and away we go. It's worked out quite nice. We're gonna have, I've split this room into equal parts. Well, I call it this room, this section of room into equal parts. So we've got a row there and a row about there somewhere. And then I've got this way also measured perfectly from that to that wall, and I've split that. So we've got one right through the middle, one there, one there. So we've got 6 in like this, 2, 4, 6. That's how customers asked me to do them. So we've lasered them through. We've got 3 there. The joists are 600 apart. So we've got one joist there, which is almost 300 mil exactly from there. And then obviously we've got it about 300 mil the other side. So it's perfect. It fell lovely, that did. And then obviously we've got our other one which I lasered through. And we've got 3 there. So I'm going to cut them out with the stunning Dade, because plasterboard hurts your eyes. We've got the Dade. I use that 100mm for access holes if I ever need to. Branded, whatever that thing is. Yeah, Dade. Brand new 70mm. And the lights we're going to be using are these Aurora ones, which are lovely GU10s, because the customer's got all of his own smart Phillips system or something like that, whatever it is that he's got up. And we've got a couple of lights to change as well in this house, which are also Phillips smart stuff. So we've gone for the Aurora ones, and I've gone for the IP 65 bezel. You can get it without the glass there as well, but I've just gone for the same IP 65 because some of them are going in the bathroom, some of them are not, some of them are in the kitchen where it gets steamy, some of them are not. So I've just got the same bezel. We've got 22 of those. Some of the Knightsbridge sockets for outside because all the windows and doors are black. And I'm doing it all fueled on this tea bag in an icy cold water in a lovely Winnie the Pooh cup or bottle. Gold, only the best for Cable Smith, Maine. So it's a good job I checked. I've got my 70mm hole saw, and I don't fit these lights very often. I usually use the E6 Pros, as you know, but they're integrated. It actually needs a 75mm, so 70 weren't enough. I tried it. I put an hole in the box there just to try it with a 70mm. It won't fit in because of the springs and stuff. So I've actually got a 76 there, or I've got a brand new 73 as well. So I think I'll go for the 76, give us that little bit of extra 1mm play. I've tried it just to try it on the 76 before I go drilling the ceiling out. So yeah, 76 it is. That's why you should always check. Assumption is the mother of all. That's one down, 5 to go, let's do it. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna just get these wired now. Obviously I've got joists running that way, which is the challenge, to get through there, that way, from one side to the other, but we'll sort that. Would you believe it? Also made by Super Rod. Racketeers. By far the best cable jacks. So yeah, just gonna whack these through here now quickly. Any obstacles, I'll show you what I do. So the plan here is I need to get that existing pendant through a joist that's there and over to this section of downlights here. Obviously there's a joist there, that's where this Super Rod gadget comes in. Yeah, so it's got the self-drilling tip on it and it's very flexible, so let's see how this goes. If I don't break it before I use it. Hang on a minute. Did I just go for an existing hole? I think I did. I've not even drilled. That's how good it is, guys. So far, I've managed to get that switch wire that was there over there, which is the joist there, but this is the best one. Zoom out a bit. So there's a joist there, and then there's another joist there, and you can see up that hole. I've got a rod there, using the Super Rod kit, using that little cable tracing style thing. Can you see it there? Using that hooked onto an existing cable, I've managed to rod through 2 joists without cutting the ceiling, just by using that from a super rod. How sick is that? Now I've got my cable ready to pull through with the cable sock. 2 joists. Already existing holes. Little changeover adapter. And then the sock. Stunning. Thanks a lot, super rod. That is life changing. Saving the customer's ceiling since 1962. I've cut these downlights out now. The existing light was just over there. I've managed to get that cable over to there, which will then, I can start wiring. This time obviously we've got more choice to try and get through that way. I've relocated the smoke to right in the middle of them two, and obviously in the middle of the lights. It was there, bit of an odd place. They're all wired through now, nice and easy. And would you look at this? Is this what it looks like to be Corey for a day? Look at that. This customer watches Artisan. Obviously he likes my channel a lot better, but it's one of them things, isn't it? Cutting these downlights out. There's 3 along there. I tried to keep it so I can keep that fan looking like it's in a right place. So I think I've managed it. It's now in the middle of them two, and obviously it's in a straight line. That's going. Straight down the line of the door. And then them two in the centre of the bath. Well, not in the centre, but you know, it's the only way we could get like a little pattern going, kind of thing, while keeping that where it is, because you can't move that. They've sort of built like a box around it in the loft, so I was going to move it, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen with the joists where they are, and then they've sort of built a frame round it. Look at that for a perfect curl of insulation. Oh, how satisfying. Looks like an emoji. So this cupboard here on the drawing is where all the networking points are going back to. So I'm going to stick this trunking floor to ceiling. It's 100mm trunking. I'm going to put a couple of back boxes in that and use brush plates to bring the cables out. He's going to put a cab on the wall and whatever. I was going to go on this side of the room, but I couldn't because there's a ceiling joist right against that, so I wouldn't be able to draw through. So I've just marked at the bottom, little notch around there, just so it can sit against the wall. Just mark the floor, mark the ceiling, and can drill them out then and see what we've got going on. See if we can get over to this beautiful cut. So I'm currently just using the same access holes that was already been cut out. So because we've got 6 going over in this area, we've got 4 there, and we've got 2 going straight through the wall. One's for a camera, one's for a access point in the garden. So I've managed to get all 6 of these through there and up into this trunking, and they're all numbered up. The numbers correspond to the drawings. I've gave everything numbers, so in the room that we're in now, we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, And the two that are going through the wall are 12 and 13. Reason for that is I'll number up both ends once we finish, and then customer knows what cable is doing what in the house. Straw coming right up. You ready? Yeah. Take the cable out then. You got it? Lovely. Second straw coming right up. You got it? Have you got it? Alright, that's one, hang on. Leave that as it is. I'll try and get it through again. Yeah, go on, second one. We've got two coming through here, one's for a camera, one's for a wireless access point, which will come out the side of the camera base. But there you go. So yeah, there you go. That's how it's cut, lovely little rebate, recess, whatever you want to call that. And then the metal plate sits on there. Lovely and flush with the floor, solid. But what I'll probably do is I'll stick a bit of silicone around that just so it's not rattling around. Not that you're ever going to walk there, it's right against the wall, but... So yeah, try and put a little dab around it now, one-handed. Easy enough to pull back out if you needed to. In fact, before I stick that down, let's go for a company coloured pen. Hey, nice green one. Spell it like this for the laugh. Gone. Nice, quite like that. Definitely better than them. One of the things that we are installing is this huge pendant. Big thing. And it's got all them glass, all different colours, quite nice. And that's going right there in the garage. I think it hangs down to about halfway. It's a fancy light for a garage. Rightio. One thing that Ryan's just found out on here, see this, well, it's probably more than one socket, but we was going to work on that socket there. Right, so turn the circuit on that's marked kitchen sockets. Now turn that back off and turn on the downstairs sockets. Ridiculous. Obviously something's gone wrong somewhere, so that's not really for us to sort out because they've got their own electrician who's doing all the snagging. So just goes to show how much testing they obviously do or don't do. Obviously it's not really going in the garage, it's going right at the top of the suicide ladder somewhere there, so I'm going to get that up now. Well, Ryan's going to get up there now. No, he's not really. Right, I'm going to get up there. I've already marked it up. There's that light that I did. Not Ryan, because he won't get up the ladder. Beautiful. Probably the nicest looking light I've ever installed, that. Really like it. Love the colours of it. Camera doesn't really do it any justice, but brilliant that. New builds. So yeah, these two were swapped over. I've just tested them and swapped them back round because waiting for them to come and do it was obviously, because already it's been like a week since I've shown you that clip. Well, it has for us, not for you. It's been a week since then, so I've just done it, swapped them round, got them on the right circuits. Starting with the data cab now. I'm going to show you how I've kind of prepped it for the panel. So this panel is not really one that I've ever used before. It's like a double panel with up to 32. I've normally just used the ones that just single U, and it goes from 1 to 24. So we kind of got two runs there. So what I've done, coming top entry there with a bit of cable sort out the trunking brush plate. I do prefer bottom entry, but top entry will have to do. Sorry, I don't prefer bottom entry, just to be clear. So I've kind of split them into two bundles there, and this is my marker. This is like my cable, that's where I'm going to start from. So I'm going to do that side first, that's number 1 to 16, and that's the rest of them, including like the link from the router downstairs, stuff like that. That's just a coax from the loft for something else. So I'm going to start with a panel there. I'm going to sit on my knee and just work through them one by one, try and show you that. So I'm going to be starting here with number 15 and working down to number 1. Then I'll be starting from whichever the highest number is there, which will be the links, and work my way down to number 16. So I'm going to start with that big bunch first. So that cable tie marker, like it's all one bunch but I've split it into two, if that makes sense. Basically all I do, get the knife ready, proper crone ready. I had to sit on top of my ladder to get the height of this, so I'm going to put my marker there. Normally stick something with a cable tie through something just to hold it there in position, but where that marker is there, that little hole for the cage bolts to go through. Just going to put that where it needs to be. Tie it to the panel nice and tight, so I know that otherwise you end up with all different lengths and they end up like this and all over the place, so you need to keep it tight on one side. And then all we do, look for number 16 through the whole bunch. There's number 16. Start with number 16, bring it to the front, get my snips, cut that, knife, line her up, pull, snap, separate them, cut that middle bit out. Trying to keep them twisted as well as long as you possibly can. Not done one of these for years, but there was a point when I just done this for like 2 years solid. Twist and push. So there's one in. As you can see, that'll sit nicely like that. And you just get your punch down tool or chrome tool or whatever. Give it a couple. There's that done. So now straight over to number 15. I'm going to give you a quick look at that and then I'll probably time lapse the rest of it because you'll be sat there for a good hour otherwise. It's basically, as we can see, comment below who that was. You've got number 15 along that side and we're just going to repeat that process until we fill the panel. Retail, that's all them done. As neat as you're going to get it really. Obviously you could, someone will be able to do it neater than that, but just going to dress that up there in the back, tie it up the back and swing it round once out the top there, so we'll do that. Stunning. This one's just a link one that he wants to put a RG, like a plug on the end, an RG45 plug, so we'll do that for him as well. Don't know how I've been roped into doing this. This is for the dryer. Oh, the joys of core drilling. Oh, and there's the polystyrene. It's like a warm apple pie. This was the hardest part to get through. Join me. I'm in the loft. As you can probably see, we've got a loft aerial to mount whilst we're up here. Some of the points were pre-wired by the house builders. We've wired another 3. This cable here is for a socket to do the left by the builders. It didn't have any Wagos on it at all. I've put them on because that was just a live end, just sat there on the loft floor, just as you get in the loft, and that's how they left it. There's no Wago on the end. I'd done that just as I was testing, just to see if it was live, and it is. So we've got the loft mounting pole, little aerial, and a splitter. So I'll be putting that splitter in somewhere. I'll probably screw that onto this. Whatever you call it, and go from there. It's bloody warm up here, I tell you. Right, that's the aerial mounted up on there. Obviously it's not wired yet. Pointing over there, that's Winter Hill, and then I've put the splitter on there. It's all F connectors. Sorry about the poor light. Just need to cut all these, put them into the splitter with the £4 F connector spanner. In fact, I'll show you one F connector and then I'll speed it up. Start off by stripping about an inch, maybe an inch and a half of the outside sheath. Peel back the braided inside. Take that right down to the bottom, and you want to twist that together quite tight, as tight as you can. So then we're going to cut that foil off, but not the braid. Leave the braiding on. Then you want to strip back the white inside bit to quite far back, but not not too far, so you want it to be looking like that. I don't know if you can see that or how well you can see that. Then that braid goes down one side, you get your F connector, screw it on, screw it straight over the top of that until that white bit comes up to the surface on the inside. That's where it wants to stop. Trim that braid down, trim that down so it's just poking out the end like that, and then screw it in. Would you look at that, he's on his phone again. Ryan's just added that socket. Had to cut an hole in the wall. It's dot and dab, that was the only dab. All I wanted to do really was show off this. Spurring off this to add an outside light. Drilled from the outside inwards. Oh yeah. Look at that for a shot. Yeah, perfect. Look at that, that's where I measured to. Beautiful. So I relabelled this up because it was just bugging me that it weren't right. Or not at all. Exactly sure how good the footage we got on that job is, because we had quite a lot to do, and obviously trying to film it is pretty difficult whilst you've got quite a lot to do. Anyway, so hopefully I've got quite a bit of footage and you get a bit of an insight. Anyone that might have noticed, we had some blank Euro mod blanks and stuff missing, which I have got here in my lockup, so I'm just going to post them over to him to save me a journey. I thought I'd decide to, I'm going to send him, put the Euro blanks and stuff in this this nice limited edition, super rare, super shiny mug, and he's a very lucky man. He's about to receive that and he just doesn't know it yet. If you want one of those cups, then just write a letter to like the Tooth Fairy or Ask Santa and you may get one. Yeah, if anyone's noticed I'm wearing Adidas t-shirts and stuff and it's not very professional and you don't like the look of it, I do apologise. I gave loads of t-shirts to the woman who does my embroidery weeks ago and they're still not done, because all the other ones are pretty much ruined and looking more scruffy than this is. So that's why I've not been wearing branded clothing, because she's been doing loads and loads of school uniforms and it's now September, so they should be pretty much done, I'd hope. So I'm guessing she's going to start working on my stuff now as well. So yeah, that's why I'm wearing shirts and looking very, very unprofessional at the moment. So if it's offending anyone, sorry. Next video, we're going to be sorting out this side. Hopefully, we'll be sorting out this side of the lockup, and we're going to be building this same kind of racking all the way down that side. So probably, if you're interested, have a look at that video next, and I'll probably film some of that and show you how to do it, because this racking that I've actually made is completely just removable and it's not fixed at all to the actual container in any way, shape or form. It's just sat there. It's not sat there actually, it's not got any legs, look, but it's not yeah, it's not fixed to the container because it's not my container, is it? So that's why it's a pretty good little design that I thought I came up with myself. So yeah, I'll show you that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and make a old man happy. Not me, Ryan. See you on the next one.